You told me once you understand why generations die off.
Yeah, because they cannot stand the way some of the younger people are that are growing up. I don't say it's a fact, but I was brought up different than most people.
How were you brought up? Like, tell me, like, give me
To
examples.
tell the truth. How many people out there nowadays tell you the truth? The absolute truth.
Did you teach me that growing up?
I feel that I did the best of my ability.
Do you think that you were successful?
I've done my best not to judge you.
Focus on all the things that keep you going, your brain, and you know just what to do. You're lost in here. Someone forgot to leave the light on. You know that this much is true. True is true. And I break the chains in our love, and I made it out alright, and I'm feeling like a blind man that just regained his sight. And I make the change in our love, and I bring it out inside, and I know you can't go on, not even one more night.
What are you doing?
I'm going to the garage.
Is Dad coming?
I have no idea what he's doing. I never know. Go ask him. But
Right.
you know, you have to wait a week for him.
Right.
You know, when Nana died, they called me up and they said, you better hurry up. It took Dad 15 minutes to get ready, 20 minutes maybe. And then I flew down there and he yelled at me all the way because it was going too fast. I got there 15 minutes after she died.
Where are you?
Up here.
What are you?
Down.
Are you coming?
No, I
You-
didn't realize we were going anywhere.
What's going on?
There is a serious lack of communication this morning.
Okay.
Okay, well,
What's going on?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. I really don't know, because when you guys were asleep, when she called, that was it, snap.
I didn't talk
No.
to her this morning.
I don't know who she called, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, listen. We'll go, and we'll just come back because she's ready to go to get the car done right now. So we're gonna.
Well,
go.
I tried to throw her out here 30 minutes ago, but she wouldn't go, so.
Okay.
I don't like to say stuff like this, you know, that's why I didn't want to holler.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
All right.
You tell me what you want me to do.
Just hang out here, and we'll come back when the
Okay,
car's ready.
fine. Okay, fine.
All right.
Okay?
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you better leave me out of trying to get her to do things.
Okay. All right.
It'll work much better.
Okay.
I mean, I never know from one day to the next, okay?
Right. Okay. So this is something that I didn't learn until I was about, what, 19 years
Yeah,
old,
something
Mom?
like
When you
that,
told
yeah.
me,
Yeah.
you told me the real story about how you guys met.
I was at the officers club one night at this particular post, and I looked out over the balcony, and there's Jim. Something happened in my mind, and I knew that's the man you're going to marry. I knew that Jim was going to be my husband.
You don't remember? Do you guys remember walking up to each other? Or anything?
I don't remember
We don't
those
we don't
details,
remember
okay?
those details.
I cannot answer your
'Cause
question.
it's like we always been together, you know.
I don't
It's one
know.
of those deals.
What year did you go into the military?
Oh, we don't talk about that.
I know you don't talk about it.
Well, I don't
but
like
it's-
to talk about it.
I know you don't, but I want to hear
Because
about
they
it.
screwed me bad, and I didn't do anything about it. I let them.
How old were you?
27.
Where were you? Were you in
I was
Vietnam?
up on top of a high hill
In
Yeah.
where? What country?
in America.
In America?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I'm not exactly at liberty to say all that.
Yeah.
Really?
But I was in an area which was very sensitive.
Where was that post?
Well, never mind. Yeah, we're not
And we
supposed
can't
to
go
talk
any
about.
further than that.
We're not supposed to talk about where we were
Okay.
or what we did actually.
Okay.
That's part of the
That's the end of
military.
the conversation on
Yeah.
that.
Is it because you don't want to talk about it, or because you're not allowed to talk about
A
it?
combination of
Yeah.
both. Number one, neither one of us were directly involved in anything, but even so, we're still not at liberty to discuss generalities enough
Yeah.
to give you any more information than what we
Right.
said.
Come on. Baby food. Come on, sing. Okay.
It did not turn off the TiVo. Okay. It takes 3 remotes to make everything work. But do I need a 2 cable or a 3 cable?
You need a 3 cable. Well, this is in stereo, but your VCR is only in mono, which means this has 3 cables, but this only takes 2. So get a 3 one, and we'll just plug 2 into this one. But
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask this question. Okay, what would be the point in getting a 3 one if you're only going to plug 2 of it into the,
right.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Turn this off.
Wait. There, now I'm
long
away
time.
from it, I think. Did you change any cables back there at all? Are you sure?
I think I'm sure. Okay, I'm hitting it, but nothing's happening.
Okay, wait till I put my glasses on.
I've had an operation on my stomach to make it small. So I can have, every 4 hours I have to eat something.
So they don't know what they're talking about, Jamie. What can I say?
Good, I can only eat a little bit. So 2 jars of baby food
Take
holds me over for about another 3 or 4
Jet
hours.
button is on here. I forget where. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not.
known as Twin Lakes.
Yeah.
Due
That's
to
good.
not
That was the problem.
daily journals,
Well, it's good, right?
would film this election.
So we're all done.
And close the case on that one.
Jim got this for being the best soldier one year because he's a retired Army person. I thought that was rather neat. These are his old dog tags. We save everything around here. Try to anyway. And Jim gave me these roses, and that's how he says I love you. He always brings me roses. Isn't that neat? Yeah. So not much else is new around here. Just feed the birds. I haven't done that yet.
Well, here's some of the bread that I threw out, for the birds. I tried to make sandwiches out of it. I gave up, so I threw it in the oven to kind of dry it out before I put it out for the birds. And this is what I'm supposed to make sandwiches with. That's the shape it was in when I took it out of the loaf, out of the sack of bread. And roughly 1/3 of the bread in the sack is like this. And I bought at least 3 loaves so far. I'm about to give up on it. Something's wrong. I don't mind you going up on the price, everything's going up. At least give me something usable. Thanks.
And then the other ones, when we have those upside down birds, nuthatches. They're called nuthatches, and we have those, and we have red cardinals, and the mother cardinal. She isn't so pretty, but she's nice. They chirp, 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 And we had, I forgot the name of them, flickers. We used to have a whole family of flickers, but I haven't seen any this year, so I don't know. They're meat eaters. Yeah. Now they all come. Get bird food on your feet. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I eat too fast.
Well, you
So
should eat
many-
slower.
Yeah, there's so many things about that operation you have to remember. I forget them.
What kind of cookies are you eating there, Mom?
These are M&M cookies. They're artist cookies.
Do you always get those cookies?
Yeah. Excuse me a minute.
So where did Mom go, Dad?
Well, she still hasn't completely learned to get along with her new stomach. That's what's wrong.
So what's she doing? Is she?
Well, basically, she's throwing up. You know, but in plain English. You understand that?
Okay.
Did you eat too fast?
Yeah, too fast. Well, I was one of those people who never learned. I
Your
wouldn't.
words, not mine.
Yeah, I have trouble learning stuff from the, they call street smart. I don't seem to have that. I don't seem to have the street smarts. All my life I've done stupid things, which other people say, well, that was stupid. I was extremely intimidated all my life because my father was an alcoholic. He was an abusive alcoholic. I became an alcoholic myself after a while. And I drank for 25, 30 years. I was drinking, and one day I was walking downtown. Big sign, be the person you want to be or something, and U.S. Army, and I was going to be a singer. I didn't go in for any, I didn't even know about basic training. I had no idea what that stuff was all about. I just knew that I was going to sing, and they would be lucky to get me. That's exactly how I felt. Yeah, so basically that's what was going on there. And then one day, I went to get my pass so I could go to work, and my pass had been pulled. And come to find out, my sergeant who was in charge of the building, she was gay. She was a lesbian. And she claimed that I was her partner. I was a disaster after that. I couldn't think. I couldn't talk. They wouldn't let me go anywhere. I couldn't go off post. And the pathetic part of it all was I was going with your father at the time. So the whole thing was ludicrous. It was I couldn't even imagine that, what she had said. Oh, even now when I think about it, it just breaks my heart because it wasn't true. I don't know why she picked me. But anyway.
That particular time, there were no gays coming out of the closet and all this, that, and the other. It was an entirely different way of life back in those days. If you were odd, they threw you out.
And they said that I was gay. I said, oh, I'm not gay. Well, they told me they were going to throw me out. So something happened to my mind. Something snapped.
What's going on?
I became a different person. Totally different person. I was in control. I was capable. I don't know. Something happened, and I was going to kill that woman. And I very systematically, from that point on, started to figure out how to kill her without me getting into trouble. So my mother and father bought us a house down the road.
So, wait. How long did you live with this woman?
A year or two.
How long?
How many years?
I have no idea.
It was a year or two. Maybe 3.
How did you explain that to them?
To who?
Your mother and father?
Oh, I told my mother.
told your mother you were going to
Yeah,
kill
and my
someone?
father, no, told my mother that she was gay.
Did your mother think you were gay?
Oh, no. Nobody did. Nobody that knew me didn't. You know, the pathetic part about it is she probably thought she loved me or something.
What was her name?
I'm not going to tell you. I took her in this house. I got her the dirtiest job I could find in machinery. Taught her how to run the machine. And I degraded her little by little. Because I tried to destroy her myself. And then, of course, I had to do it physically. Because I couldn't destroy her. She just kept being there. She always wanted to be with me all the time. And then I was drinking one night really badly. And I grabbed her head, knocked her down. She weighed about 300 pounds. And I knocked her down, and I started banging her head on the cement. We had a cement floor with a linoleum over it in that house. And I banged her head. I took her by the 2 ears, and I bang, bang, bang. I banged her head 3 times. And do you know, this sounds like a lie, but something or somebody, I feel it was the Lord, said, do not do that again. And it scared me so bad, I let go of her and I sat back. And I knew that it had to be the Lord. Who else would have said that? It was very strong and angry. Don't do that again. I think I would have killed her. That 4th one probably would have killed her. Then I went into the bathroom and the doctor had given me some amitriptyline. And I took a whole handful of it. And I have no idea how anything happened after that. Apparently she called my mother. So they all took me up to the insane asylum in Worcester.
How do you come from being this intimidated, walked on, meek, unconfident person?
Something snapped in my mind. Something happened in my mind.
You completely changed.
Exactly. I was like a schizophrenic. I was a different person altogether.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea.
Where's Dad?
He's got to do his thing.
What's his thing?
Lock the windows and check the door. And here he comes. He does all that stuff in the morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Daddy going to get in too?
No, I'm staying home. Okay, hold your camera. Don't leave it up there, Jamie.
I've got it.
Okay.
Mom?
What?
Why are the windshield wipers going?
Because they keep the windshield clear
Yeah, but
until the car gets
it's
warm.
sunny.
Huh?
It's sunny though.
Oh, I know.
I mean, there's no rain.
Not anymore, there isn't.
Where are we going?
Well, we're going to the hospital to see 4 doctors. We have to be sure that we meet them on time because they're appointments.
Ever since I had to give your mother a to-do list, I've had to keep track of everything.
Because I'm kind of a scatterbrain.
Here, you want a copy?
No,
Keep
wait.
that copy.
You read it, Dad.
Keep it for yourself. Put it in your pocket. Now, what do you want to know generally?
Okay, he's fine. Sorry.
It's alright. Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
You are 5'2".
Oh my word, 5'2". I weighed. It used to be 5'4.5".
Thank you. Good.
I'm gaining. I love your chairs. I can get wider. See, look at that. Huh? Sit way over here. There's a whole person can sit there.
Everybody loves our chairs.
Yep. Well, we're doing a documentary of me and Jim, our
Very
family. And we hope that it will help other people to handle their problems as well.
This is where the sparks fly, so I hope the thing doesn't catch fire with it.
This tickles you to death, this video.
So we torture and we tickle and we laugh and occasionally cry, but it's all a day's work.
Tickles. Thanks a
Be
lot,
well.
Doc. See you later.
Oh, that's
Bye-bye.
part of our visit.
Vicodin pill, pain pill. Is that maybe one a day? Is that what I'm looking at?
No, 2 or 3 now.
Usually 2 a day.
Yeah.
You mean because of this hip?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it hurts.
Now, not on the side.
Not on the side, no.
The reason that we're not going to one of your doctors is just because you don't have an appointment, or you don't
Yeah,
wanna,
because I don't have an appointment.
If you did have an appointment, would you have a problem with us going in and shooting?
Oh, I really don't want anybody else in on the appointments.
What about your health in general?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how to explain it, but I'm not going to make any radical changes. That's why I have the do not resuscitate order and things like that.
How healthy are you, do you think?
I don't know. I've got pains all the time, you know, and I don't know whether it's arthritis or what.
Are there things that you could be doing to better your health or to help your health that you were avoiding either intentionally?
Oh, I'm not
or...
intentionally avoiding anything, but I've smoked for years and this, that, and the other. I cannot drink water because of the way I grew up, and that wasn't my fault. I wasn't old enough to know any better, and things like that.
You can't drink water. Can you explain that really quickly? You don't
Yeah,
like that?
it's a terrible taste to me to drink water. I cannot do it. I can't physically do it.
So what do you drink instead of water?
Soda.
What else?
And that's what's causing all this.
What else do you drink?
The solid drink.
You drink soda. How much soda do you drink?
I don't know. I don't actually measure it.
How much would, if you had to guess? How
If
much
I had to
soda?
guess, I'd say maybe a 2-liter bottle a day. I don't know.
So how's everything gone since the last time we saw each other?
Good, but the problem is I've not lost any weight lately. I've gained a couple pounds.
So how are you doing with eating? Are you?
I'm eating normal. I'm eating the protein and the vitamins I have every day.
How about are you eating any other calories? I mean, anything like simple sweets, candy
Big stuff. No, I eat
soda
cookies.
or-
I eat cookies.
Complicated sweets. right?
Cookies.
Is that daily, you think, or?
Yeah, I eat 2 cookies a day.
The hard part about that is if you're having calories like cookies, the band's
Yeah.
probably not going to help much against those type of calories. If you tell me right now, look, my problem is I'm having too much chicken sandwiches. I'm having too much in the way of steak and too much in the way of red meat.
I
I
think
just
so.
can't stop
I
eating.
think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
But it's hard to say that that's completely the right thing to do if you're
Uh-huh.
having cookies and calories
Yeah.
like that on the side.
Yeah.
So I would say, you really have to limit the amount of cookies. I mean, if you're having 2 big cookies a day, I would
I have
say,
1 cookie.
or
It's
even
hard
less.
for me to have 1
or
cookie.
even less. I would even say have 1 cookie,
Yeah.
every other day, or 1
Yeah,
cookie every
okay.
3rd day, or something.
Okay.
Something like that.
I
Because
can do that.
right, because it.
Yeah.
And that's now a long bad.
Somebody
long
needs
bad
you.
memory. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, about 6 weeks. Make
Okay,
a follow-up
6
appointment
weeks.
for 6 weeks. So you can give this to Marge up front. She'll make an appointment for you
Yeah,
for 6 weeks.
okay.
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 Yep.
Oh, they changed things a lot, didn't they? This is what was happening. This one individual was working with everything.
Oh, that's neat. Can't see Frank. Now I can. Okay. Get smiling. It went blink, blink. Is that all right?
I like that one.
Do you remember? What's the first thing you remember?
I was with, well, I had to be 4 because it was when you were born, and some of Mom and Dad's friend were watching me. I don't remember who it was, but they took me to the hospital while Mom was in the hospital, and for some reason I couldn't go into the floor. I couldn't go. I was too young to go into the room or something, so they took me outside, and I could look in the window and see Mom and Dad in there and you.
Oh, when I was born?
Yeah.
So you remember when I was born?
Yeah. Remember more of the good stuff than you do the bad stuff. You don't really think about it or, dwell too much on it.
Yeah.
So you spend more of your time thinking about the good things and the fun times and stuff.
Different times, though, I wondered, like, if our relationship was, like, in any kind of jeopardy or anything like that. Because, like, how do you how well do you think we know each other?
I don't know. Probably not. We haven't seen each other that much. It's probably only seen each other, 4 or 5 times in the last almost 17 years.
What are we going to do with Mom and Dad?
The way Mom drives, they both end up being gone together.
They've had a lot of accidents.
Yeah, like 6 or 7.
It's kind of weird.
Bad ones.
Bad ones. What do you, well, what about the house? Have you, you've seen the house. I went back in June and, got a dumpster and completely filled it up. Well,
who's sleep
you
over?
worried about taking care of them?
No, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Do you think that they need to be taken care of?
Eventually, I'm sure.
But I am worried. I worry about,
Oh, see, that's why I don't have to. What we're looking for.
What's the back of your shirt say? Anti-terrorist operations.
Yeah,
That's what you do, right?
That's what we were doing this time.
Oh. Chasing guys around in their little boats. What's the making thing?
Scrambled eggs with cheese.
My goodness. Fancy even.
I had chair on the other side. You have to slide through.
Did you make it?
You have to square the chair up in order for me to get that side, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess I'm about as ready as I'll ever be. What can I say?
Yeah. So, do you remember the first time you saw Mom?
Can't remember the first time, but I can remember the first few months or so. And as I can't say any one particular day, but I do know it was at the service club at Fort Ritchie, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And she was somewhere upstairs, on the upper level, and I was down at my car. That's the first time I remember generally. So, as close as I can come. Your mother says that it was instantaneous, but I don't know that one way or the other. But for myself, it was not instantaneous. It's sort of gradual, you might say. I didn't know the whole story at the time, and this, that, and the other.
When you first started dating her, was this problem she was having?
No, I don't think
had that
no,
started?
that happened later.
Okay.
And that's when I said, well, you know, if she's not going to be here, I'll leave the area too.
So did you guys sort of split up then?
Yeah.
Would you call it
basically, yeah, because she said, well, she's leaving, you know, and basically she said, well, goodbye, you know.
So then when is the next time you had contact with Mom?
Okay, well, I was in Vietnam, and that's just about the time that I finally heard from her.
Do you remember the gist of the letter?
Not very well.
What was your reaction? Do you remember that?
Well, I was confused. I didn't know what to do.
Well, sure. I think anybody would be, right?
Yep.
How did Mom's ordeal affect you? Like,
I'd never even considered it one way or the other. You know, what they accused her of, this, that, and the other, so.
You mean you never, like, thought, you never considered whether or not they were had any truth?
No, I
That's
never
what you
even
mean?
considered that, you know, that there might be any truth to what they had said.
She's pretty dependent on you then.
Well, I don't think she realizes it. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But she does have some problems, and sometimes she will start arguing with me about, you know, the fact that blah, 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 you know.
Are you dependent on her?
I really can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know of anything that I am particularly dependent upon her for other than transportation. And you're north of the river. By going this way, you're seeing new area. But if you turn around and go the other way, you're backtracking. If it seems like it's okay, take it. And there's a vehicle on your right.
Oh,
I think we found your river.
Here's the river.
When the screw gets completely loose, carefully pull it straight up by the string.
I have no fingernails. I can't get these
You
out.
don't need fingernails. Here, give me the thing.
He has to explain everything. You know, he's a teacher.
Yeah.
And when I drive, he teaches me every moment, every move to make, everything to do. He doesn't realize that he's driving me crazy. He thinks I drive him crazy.
See, now you just press the power, go
You
of it,
got it? Yeah.
and then 1, 2. So there's 3 clicks to start it.
Oh, okay.
Now, let me stay here just long enough. Oh, it stayed locked in. Okay, we're all set then.
Yeah, well, we're going that way.
Well, you two make your decision. Let me go zoom out just a little more so you can get a better idea of where we actually are. Which way do you want to go, Mom?
Sure is beautiful country. Yep. No place else is it like this. They say Oregon is. If you go up to Oregon, their woods is like this.
We were talking about how Dad's changed.
Yeah.
Do you remember like what was he like when you met him?
Well, he was everything I wanted. He was smart.
Yeah.
He was lovable. And he was very, very concerned about me.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time getting me this and fixing that, and he's always done that.
He said that you broke up with him.
Well, we didn't break up verbally, we just didn't see each other anymore because
But
of
he
that.
said that was. I got the impression that was more your doing than his.
I didn't want him to become involved in it. I wouldn't even tell the CID that I had any contact with Jim. I didn't want him to get embarrassed and have to talk about stuff.
So that's why you left?
Oh, yes.
So did he propose to you, or did he
Sure he did. Marry me.
Did he offer it as some sort of a solution?
He said, marry me, and we'll have housing here, and everything will be all right. Just marry me. And I should have married him right then, and then that would have been all right. Nobody could have touched me after that.
Why didn't you?
Because the thing that I said to him was, I don't ever want us to have an argument where we could throw it up to each other that I was, bad news. And I didn't want to argue about what had happened, so I told him, never mind. And I remember calling up our Aunt Ethel, and I said, where is Jim? And she says, he's in Vietnam, and I almost died. I said, what is he doing in Vietnam? She said he was just getting away from everything.
What did you write in that letter that you wrote to Dad?
Oh, I told him I loved him, and I miss him, and would he please come home and get me? He wrote to my father the next day or two, and he says, I'm going to tell you what I want you to do. You're going to have to stay in my stead. Daddy gave me the ring and the roses. And wasn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know now now he seems a little more relaxed and talkative, but back then he wasn't. And of course he had an alcoholic wife, which made everything terrible for him, And I don't drink very much anymore. I just drink a little bit. Like I give myself, I can have 1 or 2 drinks, and that's all. I got down on my knees in front of the couch, and I said, Lord, I'm a drunk. Do something for the boys. And he did. I forgot to drink. I totally forgot to drink.
It didn't work like that.
Huh?
Well, I don't understand how you put these things together.
Yeah.
It didn't happen like that.
Well, I didn't drink anymore.
Yeah, but do you know why you didn't drink anymore? Do you
Because
remember?
the Lord stopped it.
How did he stop it?
I forgot.
You forgot
I
a
forgot how to
lot,
drink.
apparently. Do you remember going to Myrtle's house?
No.
Do you remember what happened there?
No.
You have no idea.
No. What happened?
You're kidding.
What happened?
I told you.
What?
That Myrtle cast the demons out of you?
Oh, Myrtle, good old Myrtle.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely, very vaguely, I remember it.
When I mentioned it, or you remembered it before
When you
that?
mentioned it, I remembered. Yeah.
Remember what happened?
Well, she said I was yelling and screaming and burbling and gurking and doing all kind of weird things.
You remember who was there?
No, well, Tom was there.
Who else?
And nobody. Well, you. You
And
were
who
there.
else?
I don't know if Frank was there or not.
Frank was there.
Was he there? That's too bad.
Dad
Put you
was there.
through that. Dad was there too? Put you through all that. That was terrible. Now, Myrtle was convinced she could get rid of the demons.
Do you think that was something just in your mind that needed to happen to get it out, or do you
No, I
think that
don't.
there was something supernatural going
Myrtle
on?
tells you that it was supernatural.
Do you believe it was supernatural?
Well, I can't help but believe it, I guess.
What do you think my relationship with God is?
Well, he's got you. You're his. Because you're born again.
If I told you I didn't necessarily believe in God, what would you say?
I would feel very badly. But I wouldn't be mad at you. I would just feel I'd pray for you,
What is your relationship with God now?
Well, he's my savior, and I talk to him all the time. And he protects me and takes good care of me. And I tell him how beautiful the world is, the flowers and the sky and everything, And I ask him for help when I can't do something. He helps me do it.
Why am I standing in front of cartons of cigarettes with like
I don't know.
a weird look on my face?
Yeah. Here's our
It's
new
just bizarre.
house. Our new house when it was built.
Let me see that. That's an automatic weapon.
Yep.
2 years old.
Uh-huh.
Sporting an Uzi. Hot. Man, there's a ton of pictures of that
What?
hot kindergarten teacher I had.
Oh,
Well, she'll always be hot in my book.
You don't always remember things as they really were. Memory is a variable.
Well, we should get going pretty soon.
Janie, are you talking going imminently?
Daddy
Yes.
has to have time to get ready.
Okay, fine. That's what I need to know.
Get ready, honey.
I'm not ready to walk out the door. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Do you remember sending me to school in Leah?
Yep. That was the first day of school.
What was going through your mind? Like, what
Well,
made
you
you
were
think
German.
that was
You-
a good idea?
Yeah, well, no, I guess kids picked on you.
You remember you had to come and like pick me up an hour later with a change of clothes because they
Yeah.
like ripped all my clothes off and
Oh.
beat the crap out.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Poor honey boy.
For me,
Yeah.
I lived.
Yeah, you survived a lot of stuff. People wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we all did the best we could, that's all.
Yeah.
There.
The breeze.
There,
Thank you.
all the wires. How do you keep it straight?
It's not easy.
So Myrtle's probably your longest running friend here.
Right,
then.
you are. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know it at the time. Your life history
Yeah.
of when we first met
Right,
together,
right.
what happened?
Ooh, I don't understand what you mean.
When I came to the house here, do you remember
No,
anointing you with oil
I don't remember that.
to be healed?
Uh-huh.
And then after that, she didn't drink.
One morning, about 5 o'clock, I woke up under the bridge, under the toll road bridge in Charlton, on the way to Charlton Depot. And I had no recollection of the day before or anything, any past. I couldn't think. There was no past. And I thought, how did I get to this point? So as soon as I felt a little better, I drove home. And when I drove in the yard, Dad and you and Frank was standing on the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh my word, I've done it now. So I said, I'm an alcoholic. I'm very sorry. I can't help it. You and Dad and Frank went back in the house.
You know, Mom doesn't remember the incident at your house though.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you?
What did we do?
The exorcism.
Oh, that? You wanted to see if this was true. And at the time, it was all our families doing this together.
I feel that was kind of weird. That was kind of bad for me to have a
It was.
Scared him to
kid
death.
to see that, to see
It
his
scared
mother
him more than
screaming
anything, yeah.
and yelling and spitting and doing all that stuff. I thought, like looking back at it now, I think that really like scared me in my life,
Sure.
and it was really like I don't think of it as a positive thing.
Everything in life, you have good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have your life all good things and not the bad. Satan is not going to let the family be at peace. He's going to make sure the next generation is going to be tripped up.
You know, Mom and I were talking up in Maine, and I asked Mom how she would, what she would do if I told her that I didn't believe in God, and that this didn't, like what, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't necessarily like believe all of this stuff right now.
Yeah.
Mom's reaction was, well, once you're born again, you're always born again, and I've been born again 4 or 5 times.
You have been raised to do the right thing, and you know it. But that's when the Holy Spirit does everything for us. We can't mess up. If we can't move, we can't mess up.
Well, that's where the peace comes from. I'm not afraid
Yeah.
anymore. I'm not. If I died this moment, I would know I would go be with Jesus.
Well, pretty much everything on the top shelf over here is prescription, and these are prescription, but they're across the counter. And there's one packet set down here that's prescription. Then the diabetes stuff is here also. And then over here, this is mine. The top shelf is prescription. This shelf is prescription over to here. And then the stuff in the boxes is stuff I don't exactly use every day, but they're available.
Now, who provides all this stuff?
My insurance. This company is in cahoots with the insurance company. It's their preferred pharmacy. Okay, we're looking for Lipitor. So in the case of Lipitor, okay, I would verify the prescription number on the individual item itself. Be sure I'm still working with the right one. So that's pretty much it. I have quite a few entries just to make for one prescription, but the only reason I bothered doing it is because I'll get back the money that we actually paid out on it. You have a bill for the doctor. You have a bill for the treatment room. You now have a bill for any lab work done.
Yeah.
And if they put a Band-Aid on your finger, you get a bill for that and the whole bit.
You spend a lot of your time doing this stuff throughout the day, right?
Well, whenever things happen, yes. Like whenever we go to a doctor's appointment,
Which
we
is
will
a few times
yeah.
a week.
Yeah, well, we've been to as many as 10 in 1 week.
So this is almost like a full-time job.
Well, when you consider that you shouldn't have to worry about all this stuff at home, it is, yes.
This takes a tremendous amount of dedication and discipline to do, I would assume.
Well,
it seems to me like
to
it's
me,
pretty
it's better
in-depth.
than sitting downstairs twiddling my thumbs watching TV.
Is that part of it? Is that part of why you? Is that part of why you really enjoy doing it?
I can't just go downstairs and sit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've gone out and I've mowed the lawn. I come back, listen to music, you know, some entertainment. But I don't like to live in front of the TV. I can't help it.
So this is how you keep yourself kind of
I have to keep
busy.
my mind working on something.
Yeah.
And to me, there's not really that much on TV that I would want to sit there and watch constantly, day after day after day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you got all your daytime soaps. You know, they take 30 minutes to tell you a 5-minute story. You know, and so forth and so on. Your mother, up in Vermont one time, we were up there, and she got some flowers, and she was squawking because we didn't have a cup or anything big enough to put them in.
Mm-hmm.
Bought her a flower vase.
It's nice. That's cool.
Yep.
You always find a way to make stuff work, right? Try, right?
That's what he does instead. He can't say I love you. He cannot say it. So he gives me roses about 2 or 3 times a month.
Next time when you come up here, you left your drink, whoever's strawberry.
Oh, that's mine. Thanks, Dad.
So he has a hard time.
Things been shuffled so many times. Having trouble figuring out
Who are you sitting next to now?
Oh, this is Wally Burger Lima.
Wally Burger.
Isn't that Wally Burger?
Wally Burger.
I don't say it right. You say it.
Wally Burger.
Burger. Ah. Well, one of the things we do is on Thursday morning, I pick Wally up and we go to the coffee shop and we have coffee.
The coffee shop?
Yeah, the Sunburn.
And the Amaretto coffee?
Amaretto coffee and
what
cookies.
is
Moonstruck.
Moonstruck?
We go to Moonstruck.
Now she is moonstruck when she gets there, you know.
I love cookies. Well, if I have something on my mind that I don't want to discuss with anybody else, I tell Wally, and she tells me all about how to handle it. She's very streetwise.
Well, what I would
Yeah.
do, I maybe
Yeah.
would say, well, if it were me, I would say this, or I wouldn't say this, or I would behave a little different.
Do you guys ever talk about your relationship with Dad, Mom?
Well, we basically...
Not anything intimate.
No,
never
no.
did. She never did. No.
We just talk about him because he frustrates me sometimes so terribly. I say, oh, my word, what am I going to do with this man?
But it's awfully nice with Virginia and her husband that he is a good partner. He's not always right. No, he can get on your nerves. But it's awfully nice as an older woman to know my husband sticks to me through thick and thin.
Yeah.
To beautiful young, to a little overweight old, he still loves me. I think that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice of him. That's really nice of the guy.
Yeah.
That he still sticks with her and loves her with all the hung up she has, with all the, not a beauty anymore. We all know this, but he still loves her, and I think that's awfully nice of a guy. It's nice to have a guy around who is always worried about you, but not to the extent that she has to feel I'm a 12-year-old kid,
Yeah, he does wait on me a lot.
Oh, that's awfully nice. That's nice.
Yeah. But I think he wants to, so I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I can take care of things much better by myself if I want to. But I think that he likes to take care of me. So I let him, I'm grateful that he does. Where's Blackie?
There he is.
Such a good little boy.
I think he's a good guy. On my knees.
Trying to look for stuff, huh?
Oh, you put in a kitchen table? I'd have to go on the other table.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, I'd have to go and sit in the table.
That's the strawberry white Zinfandel.
Oh, I'm stupid when I drink wine.
Even a little bit?
I don't need a wine to be stupid. I can do it all on my own.
Thank you. Sure. So what did you go in the store for?
Flowers.
Did you find some good ones?
Well, one of them wasn't all that great, but I decided to get the whole batch.
Really?
They sell them by individual flowers.
Yeah.
I have a way of doing them. I actually get down, put on my glasses, and look straight into the flower itself, because they have them wrapped in plastic, cellophane or plastic or whatever, the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And it keeps them together, so I get a chance to really look at them the way they are, before they open. So.
But you're pretty particular about the flowers you pick out, huh?
Oh, I've always been that way.
Does Mom like it when you give her flowers?
Yeah. Well, you have to ask her to tell you about that. I don't rightly know how to explain it, so. I don't know if you want to look at the flowers, because she might not let you look at them.
Yeah.
Until she gets them in a vase. I don't know. Now look straight down. No, you look straight down at the flowers themselves. Oh.
Okay.
Well.
What am I looking for?
Just look at them. You have to make up your own mind. I cannot explain it. Just look at each one individually.
Uh-huh.
Look at it very close.
Okay. What about them?
I cannot explain it. You have to decide that for yourself. I mean, either you know what I'm talking about or you don't. I can't explain it.
What happened last month?
I don't remember.
The car?
Oh, I had a terrible accident. I was crossing the street and this car came 60 miles an hour, fast as it could go, and smashed into Jim's door. Blam. And sometimes when I close my eyes, I can hear that blam again, that terrible sound. Well, anyway. So I don't drive as much as I used to. I kind of would rather not.
In my opinion, there was no actual damage from the accident for me personally. Other than maybe between the ears, you know, I don't seem to think quite right anymore. I felt fine, you know, for about the first 4 hours after the accident. Then gradually my back started hurting pretty bad. So this is really the first day that I felt halfway good, you know. I went over at least a month with back pain so bad from the waist up, you know. Barely moved.
Is it your brother that lives in San Antonio?
My cousin.
His cousin lives in San Antonio, so maybe we'll have a contact there. Maybe he'll help us find a place to stay, to live.
Wait, you want to move to Texas now?
San Antonio is a military town.
When did you guys decide to go to San Antonio, Dad?
Discuss it with your mother, I don't know.
Well, I mentioned it to Daddy last week sometime, and he said, "Oh, that's a military town." And they have 3 air bases there. And I guess one is Army, the rest are air. So that would be maybe a nice place to live. And we've been there, we like it. So that's when, if you get on the internet, you could ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask what they have.
Yeah.
And have tacos and burritos and all kinds of stuff. They have a lot of that down in Texas. You can get burritos easy. Everybody, and they can get barbecue, and I don't like barbecue, but I don't know if Daddy does or not.
Yeah, I do.
Does he like barbecue? Yeah, you can. Oh, he likes the pulled pork. It'd be a calmer life for us.
Yeah.
It really would. Yeah. And as I say, they have 3 military bases and a hospital, so we should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be nice to be in Texas. Daddy likes Texas. People are nice. They have time to talk to him and stuff. Things are slower down there. I think that for when you get older, you appreciate slowness.
Mom said that you'd like to go to Texas. What do you think?
I suggested it, and she came up with the idea, really, no matter how she says it. The problem is, your mother really should not be driving anymore.
Right.
That's the main thing.
Well, and you shouldn't be mowing the lawn.
No, I know.
Right?
So, hey.
You can keep up the place.
I can no longer do it.
So it makes sense to leave, doesn't it?
We have to, really. We can't maintain the place. Like right now, you know, she wants to box everything up and take it with her. That's ridiculous.
How do you think we're going to get out of this house?
I don't know. I don't know the answers.
So anyway, yeah, this is an interesting book. I have lots of interesting books. Men are most likely, more than twice as likely to climax during intercourse if their partner is extremely symmetrical figures. So if both your breasts are the same, then you're all right. If they're not, then you're not all right. All this useless information I've got here. Nearly a third of all bottled water purchased in the United States is contaminated with bacteria. Now that you really need to know. If you answer the telephone and the caller immediately hangs up, it could just be a wrong number, or it could be your partner's lover. You know the government controls the weather? The United Nations is a front organization for the New World Order. Most wiretapping devices emit no audible sound. Now there's a very important thing you should know. Oh my goodness. You are more likely to be infected by a flesh-eating bacteria than struck by lightning.
East wall is ready. You can do that anytime you want.
Which one is that?
East sun always comes up over there. Sun always goes down over there.
Oh, okay.
And the North Star is up yonder.
Okay.
If you head that way, you go down to Dixie.
Should we have movers come and take our stuff and store it?
Well, look around, Mom. I mean, where are you going to put all this stuff in your new house?
I don't know.
We got to get rid of it.
Good. Except I'm missing some of my stuff already, and I miss my stuff.
Before you do that, have Jenny go get you a bottle of Jim Beam.
Now there's an idea. I'm seriously thinking of it.
Thinking of what?
Jim Beam. They're nice things. I wouldn't mind if we had a big yard sale and sold everything, because then people would use it, you know.
Yeah.
But we're not doing it. We're throwing it away. Yeah. Put those somewhere. Leave them. Just put them somewhere.
Where are they?
They're medical records. Oh, me. They're my medical records for 10 years. I forget what 10 years, but... Oh, I'm tired, and I haven't done hardly anything. Might as well throw this away. I think I'll keep those. It's good to throw it out. I kept everything, you would not believe. I kept everything. I don't know, sentimental. You know, sentimental. Yeah. Oh, here I am with all my drums going to camp. Look at that. See that one? Yep, look at this. Silver, it's all silver. Holy cow, I put it in a pillowcase and stuffed it in the drawer. I guess I had a little too much Jim Beam that day. Wow. There's a whole bunch of shotgun shells. Jamie and Frankie. Here's a stupid candle. We don't need a candle. Okay, I'm not going to go through it anymore. I'm going to leave it here. Forget about it. Jägermeistered. When was the last time you were Jägermeistered? Jägermeister's good brews. I like it.
This is what I mean when I say I've got the arthritis is getting to me, Jamie.
You having fun, Mom?
Yeah. Well, it's weird because you know they don't have doors, but there's an awful lot of space.
Yeah.
Open space, you know. See, if I could bring my big couch and put it right there, put my other couch right there, there'd be plenty of room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got this other eating place to eat right there.
Yeah, yeah. I've got huge couches. They come way out to here practically.
So this is the master bedroom?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
full bath and walk-in closet.
yeah. You come and visit us? We live in Texas.
Of course.
Oh, wow, that's neat. Frankie's being all happy about it, isn't he?
Yeah, we'll have to spend Christmas together.
Yeah, that'll be neat.
We'll come out, Frank and I'll join you in your new home.
Yeah. I think it was really nice of you to come down here and help us.
Yeah.
Really, really, because we were, you know, it's hard for us to decide what to do, you know, really.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing how you got here, things are looking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your monument.
Yeah.
Funny about this place we're buying, it's bigger than the one you're living in now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did either of you expect that?
There's only one problem. There is no cellar to store stuff in.
There's no mold either.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Why? Would there be
You'll
mold?
be carrying it with you.
Oh.
You'll have to
That'd be bad.
disinfect everything.
So when we were putting this movie together,
Yeah.
we kind of discovered that it's a love story.
Yeah.
You guys surprised about that? What do you think about that, Dad?
I don't really have any comment one way or the other because I don't see things like other people.
Thanks a lot.
But I don't know exactly how to express it, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not a people person.
Yeah, you kind of are.
I don't
Oh,
know.
it just turns you on to talk to people. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. Figure it out. Put it in your own words.
How long have you been living here, Mom?
3 years. And yeah, we made out really well.
But Frank's moving here, huh?
Yeah, Frankie is. Yeah, he'll be here.
Are you glad Frank's moving here?
Oh yeah, 'cause he's been gone so long because he was in the Navy 20 years.
I'm moving back here because Mom and Dad are getting to the point where they need somebody around to help them do stuff and just to be there to help them out if something happens or something. All right, here we go.
How are you?
Okay.
Good to see you.
Hi.
Yeah, well, did you have a good trip?
Yeah.
Was it great?
Yeah, it was long, but it was okay. I get the storage place for now.
Nice
so I get
bike.
it marked. Yeah.
That's a new bike, isn't it?
So you think you're going to be able to manage
Yeah.
going up and down the hill? I told you this was an easy ride down this hill. It's almost all downhill now. You want to rest or not?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kicked my butt. You have to rest?
Not really.
I do.
Well, let's rest. Let me have the camera. Do it for close-up, okay? No, leave it on.
Well, I never thought I'd be taking a bike ride with you ever.
I'm not trying to show you up.
Well, you don't have to try, you're just doing it. I'm glad you're showing me.
Okay.
How much weight have you lost?
100 pounds. Yeah.
Why? How did you lose 100 pounds?
Quit eating, starting exercising, walk, this, that, and the other, so
Yeah.
made a big difference.
You started drinking water, didn't you?
Oh yeah, so I still have some soda sometimes, so. All right. I thought you had a photographer with you, I didn't know.
No. Are we all in?
I don't know.
All in.
All right.
You'll have to look at it and see.
Yeah.
So just, that's it?
Yep.
Wait, goodbye.
What is it, single shot or movie?
It's a movie.
Oh, I didn't know.
Bye-bye.
Continue on your twisted path. Try to make every time.
I heard a joke the other day about the two ladies were walking along, and one of them looked down and she saw a compact. So she picked it up and she opened it up and she looked at it and she says, "That person looks real familiar." The other one grabbed it out of her hand and looked at it and said, "You idiot, that's me." Dear. Bird food on your feet. Yeah.
Well, you should eat slower.
Yeah, there's so many things about that operation you have to remember. I forget them.
What kind of cookies are you eating there, Mom?
These are M&M cookies. They're artist cookies.
Do you always get those cookies?
Yeah. Excuse me a minute.
So where did Mom go, Dad?
Well, she still hasn't completely learned to get along with her new stomach. That's what's wrong.
So what's she doing? Is she?
Well, basically, she's throwing up. You know, but in plain English. You understand that?
Okay.
Did you eat too fast?
Yeah, too fast. Well, I was one of those people who never learned. I've had an operation on my stomach to make it small. So I can have, every 4 hours I have to eat something.
So they don't know what they're talking about, Jamie. What can I say?
Good, I can only eat a little bit. So 2 jars of baby food holds me over for about another 3 or 4 hours.
Button is on here. I forget your. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not.
Known as Twin Lakes.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Journals.
Well, it's good, right?
So we're all done.
You can close the case on that one.
Jim got this for being the best soldier one year, because he's a retired Army person. I thought that was rather neat. These are his old dog tags. We save everything around here. Try to anyway. And Jim gave me these roses, and that's how he says I love you. He always brings me roses. Isn't that neat?
That's sweet.
Yeah. So not much else is new around here. Just feed the birds. I haven't done that yet.
Well, here's some of the bread that I threw out, for the birds. I tried to make sandwiches out of it. I gave up, so I threw it in the oven to kind of dry it out before I put it out for the birds. And this is what I'm supposed to make sandwiches with. That's the shape it was in when I took it out of the loaf, out of the sack of bread. And roughly 1/3 of the bread in the sack is like this. And I bought at least 3 loaves so far. I'm about to give up on it. Something's wrong. I don't mind you going up on the price, everything's going up. At least give me something usable. Thanks.
And then the other ones, when we have those upside down birds, not hatches, they're called nuthatches, and we have those, and we have red cardinals, and the mother cardinal, she isn't so pretty, but she's nice. They chirp, 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 you know. And we had, oh, I forgot the name of them, flickers. We used to have a whole family of flickers, but I haven't seen any this year, so I don't know. They're meat eaters. Yeah. Now they all come. Get
You told me once you understand why generations die off.
Yeah, because they cannot stand the way some of the younger people are that are growing up. I don't say it's a fact, but I was brought up different than most people.
How were you brought up? Like, tell me, like, give me examples.
To tell the truth. How many people out there nowadays tell you the truth? The absolute truth.
Did you teach me that growing up?
I feel that I did the best of my ability.
Do you think that you were successful?
I've done my best not to judge you.
Focus on all the things that keep you going, your brain, and you know just what to do. You're lost in here. Someone forgot to leave the light on. You know that this much is true. True is true. And I break the chains in our love, and I made it out alright, and I'm feeling like a blind man that just regained his sight. And I make the change in our love, and I bring it out inside, and I know you can't go on, not even one more night.
What are you doing?
I'm going to the garage.
Is Dad coming?
I have no idea what he's doing. I never know. Go ask him. But you know, you have to wait a week for him.
Right.
You know, when Nana died, they called me up and they said, you better hurry up. It took Dad 15 minutes to get ready, 20 minutes maybe. And then I flew down there and he yelled at me all the way because it was going too fast. I got there 15 minutes after she died.
Where are you? Up here. What are you, are you coming?
No, I didn't realize we were going anywhere.
What's going on?
There is a serious lack of communication this morning.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
What's going on?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. I really don't know, because when you guys were asleep, when she called, that was it. Snap.
I didn't talk to her this morning.
I don't know who she called, okay?
Okay. All right, well, listen, we'll go and we'll just come back because she's ready to go to get the car done right now. So we're going to
Well,
go.
I tried to throw her out here 30 minutes ago, but she wouldn't go, so.
Okay.
I don't like to say stuff like this, you know. That's why I didn't want to holler.
Okay. All right. All right.
You tell me what you want me to do.
Just hang out here and we'll come back when the car's ready.
Fine. Okay, fine.
All right?
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you better leave me out of trying to get her to do things.
Okay. All right.
It'll work much better.
Okay.
I mean, I never know from one day to the next, okay?
Right. Okay. So this is something that I didn't learn until I was about, what, 19 years old, Mom?
Like
when
that,
you told me,
Yeah.
you told me the real story about how you guys met.
I was at the officers club one night at this particular post, and I looked out over the balcony, and there's Jim. Something happened in my mind, and I knew that's the man you're going to marry. I knew that Jim was going to be my husband.
You don't remember? Do you guys remember walking up to each other? Or anything?
I don't remember those details.
We don't remember
okay?
those details.
Okay?
No.
I cannot answer your question.
It's like we always been together, you know.
I don't know.
It's one of those deals.
What year did you go into the military?
Oh, we don't talk about that.
I know you don't talk about it.
Well, I don't like to talk about it.
I know you don't, but I want to hear about it.
Because they screwed me bad, and I didn't do anything about it. I let them.
How old were you?
27.
Where were you? Were you in
I was
Vietnam?
up on top of the high hill.
Yeah.
Where? What country?
In America.
In America?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I'm not exactly at liberty to say all that.
Yeah.
Really?
But I was in an area which was very sensitive.
Where was that post?
Well, never mind. Yeah, we're not
And we
supposed
can't
to talk
go any
about.
further than that.
We're not supposed to talk about where we were
Okay.
or what we did actually.
Okay.
That's part of the
That's the
military.
end of the conversation on
Yeah.
that.
Is it because you don't want to talk about it, or because you're not allowed to talk about
A
it?
combination of
Yeah.
both. Number one, neither one of us were directly involved in anything, but even so, we're still not at liberty to discuss generalities enough
Yeah.
to give you any more information than what we
Right.
said.
Come on, baby food. Come on, sing. Okay.
It did not turn off the TiVo. Okay. It takes 3 remotes to make everything work. But do I need a 2 cable or a 3 cable?
You need a 3 cable. Well, this is in stereo, but your VCR is only in mono, which means this has 3 cables, but this only takes 2. So you get a 3 one, and we'll just plug 2 into this one. But
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask this question. Okay, what would be the point in getting a 3 one if you're only going to plug 2 of it into the...
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Turn this off.
Wait. There, now I'm away from it, I think. Did you change any cables back there at all? Are you sure?
I think I'm sure. Okay, I'm hitting it, but nothing's happening.
Okay, wait till I put